Check. Check, 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 check. Okay. Mix that up. Fix all of this up. Fix all of this up. Okay. That should all be working now. Let me jump over. First off, set this to be empty like that. Slightly higher. And scene. Readjust this. Maybe zoom out a bit. Also, maybe move the camera a slight bit this way. Actually, maybe. Do I have any tape nearby? Okay, definitely not nearby. Okay. Make sure to maybe put some tape on it. That would sort of keep it stable. Okay. There we go. Music could be slightly higher. Also, I really hate the audio on the USB version or the USB mic. But this is what I gotta work with. So I've got the book to read, and then I've got games to play. It is a bit late because this morning I decided, well, I mean, this morning I technically could have gotten up earlier, and then I didn't. And then by the time I did get up, I sort of decided, hey, I don't exactly have 2 hours. So I decided, let's not do the morning stream. I'll do it after the video, at the end of the day. Ooh, let me switch legs. So today, the morning stream is late in the afternoon. I'll start with reading the book. Then I'll continue to play Final Fantasy. Just do the dailies. Honkai Star Rail. Just do the dailies. And then Genshin Impact. I'll just sit on Genshin Impact until I go to sleep. Okay. For the Bible. This morning, I'm reading, or not morning, this afternoon, I'm reading the rest of Jeremiah, starting with chapter 47, and then all of Lamentations. Now, I don't have access to my computer at home, so I don't actually know how I wrote out the rest of the days. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. Most likely, oh wait, no, never mind. I don't know. Ezekiel. How many chapters is in Ezekiel? So Ezekiel's got 48 chapters. Ooh, I think I split it up by 6 chapters. I believe it was, I did sort of like a 48 divided by 6. And because it splits evenly, it's wrong direction. But because it splits evenly, I'm gonna be doing 6 chapters each day. Well, I mean 12 chapters each day. Oh, whatever. Okay. Let's make sure that the audio, despite being horrible, is at least passable in some manner. And I guess let's begin reading. Let me do a little bit of voice warm up. Sorry if it was a bit loud. Also, maybe, real quick, let's see how this sounds if I was to take it up a notch. How's this sound? It is definitely louder. Maybe a little bit quieter. Okay, I think this is fine. Maybe. Maybe having it here, right here. Sit right here. Yeah. It's like right in front of my face. Okay, have it sit right here. And I'll speak into it. Here, let's do it like this. Okay. This is good enough. And it sounds bad, but generally it's fine. Wait, did I see chapter 47? Yeah, chapter 47. The Book of Jeremiah. Hold on, no. Start that again. The Book of the Prophet Jeremiah, chapter 47. The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah, the prophet, again against the Philistines, before that Pharaoh smote Gaza. Thus saith the Lord, behold, Hold on. I really want to write this to my friend. This is Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Chapter 47, verse 1. The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah, the prophet, against the Philistines, before that Pharaoh Smote Gaza. Okay. Let's actually continue reading. The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 47. The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 47. The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah the prophet against the Philistines before that Pharaoh smote Gaza. Thus saith the Lord, behold, waters rise up out of the north, and shall be an overflowing flood, and shall overflow the land, and all that is therein, the city, and them that dwell therein. Then the men shall cry, and all the inhabitants of the land shall howl, at the noise of the stamping of the hoofs of his strong horses, at the rushing of his chariots, and at the rumbling of his wheels. The fathers shall not look back to their children for feebleness of hands, because of the day that cometh to spoil all the Philistines, and to cut off from Tyrus and Zidon every helper that remaineth. For the Lord will spoil the Philistines, the remnant of the country of Kaftor. Baldnesses come upon Gaza. Ashkelon is cut off with the remnant of their valley. How long wilt thou cut thyself? O thou sword of the Lord, how long will it be, ere thou be quiet? But put up thyself into the scabbard, rest and be still. How can it be quiet, seeing the Lord hath given it a charge against Ashkelon, and against the sea shore? There hath been appointed it. The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 48. Against Moab thus said the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Woe unto Nebo, for it is spoiled. Kiriathaim is confounded and taken. Mizgab is confounded and dismayed. There shall be no more praise of Moab and Heshbon. They have devised evil against it. Come and let us cut it off from being a nation. Also thou shalt be cut down, O madman. The sword shall pursue thee. A voice of crying shall be from Horonaim, spoiling and great destruction. Moab is destroyed. Her little ones have caused a cry to be heard. For in the going of Luhith, continual weeping shall go up. For in the going down of Horonaim, the enemies have heard a cry of destruction. Flee, save your lives, and be like the heath in the wilderness. For because thou hast trusted in thy works, and in thy treasures, thou shalt also be taken. And Chemosh shall go forth into captivity with his priests and his princes together, and the spoiler shall come upon every city, and no city shall escape. The valley also shall perish, and the plain shall be destroyed, as the Lord hath spoken. Give wings unto Moab, that it may flee and get away, for the cities thereof shall be desolate, without any to dwell therein. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Moab hath been at ease from his youth, and he had settled on his lees, and hath not been emptied from vessel to vessel, neither hath he been gone into captivity. Therefore his taste remained in him, and his scent is not changed. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send unto him wanderers, that shall cause him to wander, and shall empty his vessels, and break their bottles. And the Moab shall be ashamed of Chemosh. And the house of Israel was ashamed of Bethel, their confidence. How say ye, we are mighty and strong men for the war? Moab is spoiled and gone up out of her cities, and his chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter, said the king, whose name is the Lord of hosts. The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast. All ye that are about him bemoan him, and all ye that know his name say, how is the strong staff broken, and the beautiful rod? Thou daughter that dost inhabit Dibon, come down from thy glory and sit in thirst, for the spoiler of Moab shall come upon thee, and he shall destroy thy strongholds. O inhabitant of Aroer, stand by the way and espy, ask him that fleeth, and her that escapeth, and say, what is done? Moab is confounded, for it is broken down. Howl and cry, tell ye it in Arnon, that Moab is spoiled, and judgment is come upon the plain country, upon Holon, and upon Jahazah, and upon Maphath, and upon Dibon, and upon Nebo, and upon Beth Diblathaim, and upon Kiriathaim, and upon Beth Gamul, and upon Beth Meon, and upon Kerioth, and upon Bozrah, and upon all the cities of the land of Moab, far and near, or near. The horn of Moab is cut off, and his arm is broken, saith the Lord. Make ye him drunken, for he magnified himself against the Lord. Moab also shall wallow in his vomit, and he also shall be in derision. For was not Israel a derision unto thee? Was he found among thieves? For since thou speakest of him, thou skippedst for joy. O ye that dwell in Moab, leave the cities, and dwell in the rock, and be like the dove that maketh her nest in the sides of the hole's mouth. We have heard the pride of Moab. He is exceedingly proud, his loftiness, and his arrogancy, and his pride, and the haughtiness of his heart. I know his wrath, said the Lord, but it shall not be so. His lies shall not so affect it. Therefore will I howl for Moab, and I will cry out for all Moab. My heart shall mourn for the men of Kirheres. O vine of Shibmach, I will weep for thee with the weeping of Jazer. Thy plants are gone over the sea, they reach even to the sea of Jazer. The spoiler is fallen upon thy summer fruits, and upon thy vintage, and joy and gladness is taken from the plentiful field, and from the land of Moab. And I have caused wine to fail from the winepress, and none shall tread with shouting. Their shouting shall be shouting, from the cry of Heshbon, even unto Elialech, and even unto Jahaz have they uttered their voice, from Zoar, even unto Horonaim, as a heifer of 3 years old. For the waters also of Nimrim shall be desolate. Moreover, I will cause to cease in Moab, saith the Lord, him that offereth in the high places, and him that burneth incense in to his gods. Therefore mine heart shall sound for Moab like pipes, and mine heart shall sound like pipes for the men of Cheres, because the riches that he hath gotten are perished. For every head shall be bald, and every beard clipped. Upon all the hands all shall be cuttings, and upon the loins sackcloth. There shall be lamentation generally upon the housetops of Moab, and in the streets thereof. For I have broken Moab like a vessel, wherein is no pleasure, saith the Lord. They shall howl, saying, how is it broken down? How hath Moab turned the back with shame? So shall Moab be a derision and dismaying to all them about him? For thus saith the Lord, Behold, he shall fly as an eagle, and shall spread his wings over Moab. Kerioth is taken, and the strongholds are surprised, and the mighty men's hearts in Moab at that day shall be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. And Moab shall be destroyed from being a people, because he hath magnified himself against the Lord. Fear the pit, and the snare shall be upon thee, O inhabitant of Moab, saith the Lord. He that fleeth from fear shall fall into the pit, and he that gutteth up out of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For I will bring upon it, even upon Moab, the year of their visitation, said the Lord. Thou that fled stood under the shadow of Heshbon, because of the force, but a fire shall come forth out of Heshbon, and a flame from the midst of Sihon, and shall devour the corner of Moab, and the crown of the head of the tumultuous ones. Woe be unto thee, O Moab! The people of Chemosh perisheth, for thy sons are taken captives, and thy daughters captives. Yet will I bring again the captivity of Moab in the latter days, saith the Lord. Thus for is the judgment of the Moab. The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 49. Concerning the Ammonites, thus saith the Lord, hath Israel no sons? Hath he no heir? Why then doth their king inherit Gad, and his people dwell in his cities? Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will cause an alarm of war to be heard in Rabbah of the Ammonites, and it shall be a desolate heap, and their daughters shall be burned with fire. Then shall Israel be heir unto them that were his heirs, saith the Lord. Howl, O Heshbon, for Ai is spoiled. Cry, ye daughters of Rabbah, gird you with sackcloth. Lament and run to and fro by the hedges, for their king shall go into captivity, and his priests and his princes together. Wherefore gloriest thou in the valleys, thy flowing valley, O backsliding daughter, that trusted in her treasures, saying, Who shall come unto me? Behold, I will bring a fear upon thee, saith the Lord God of hosts, from all those that he about thee, and ye shall be driven out, every man right forth, and none shall go gather up him that wandereth. And afterward I will bring again the captivity of the children of Ammon, saith the Lord. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, that the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning red grapes? If thieves by night they would destroy, would they have enough? But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assured drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether be unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt Surely drink of it, for I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basrach shall become a desolation and a reproach, a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes. For I have sworn by myself, perpetual wastes. I have heard a rumor from the Lord that an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, Gather ye together and come against her, and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men. Thy terrible hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hills. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, said the Lord. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Lord. And no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitation of the strong, but I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen man, that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall, and at the cry of the noise thereof was the herd of the Red Sea. And behold, he shall come up and fly as the edge, and spread his wings over Basrach. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of the woman in her pangs. Concerning Damascus, Hamath is confused, and Arpad, for they have confounded their tidings. And they are faint-hearted. There is sorrow on the sea; it cannot be quiet. Damascus is waxed feeble, and turneth himself to flee, and fear hath seized on her. Anguish and sorrow have taken her, as a woman in travail. How is the city of praise not left the city of my joy? Therefore her young men shall fall in her streets, and all the men of war shall be cut off in that day, said the Lord of hosts. And I will kindle a fire in the wall of Damascus, and it shall consume the palace of Ben-Hadad. Concerning Kedar, and concerning the kingdoms of Hazor, which Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon shall ye smite, thus saith the Lord, arise ye, go up to Kedar, and spoil the men of the east. Their tents and their flocks shall take away. They shall take to themselves their curtains, and all their vessels and their camels, and they shall cry unto them. Fear is on every side. Flee, get you far off, dwell deep, O ye inhabitants of Hazor, saith the Lord, for Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon hath taken counsel against you, and hath received a purpose against you. Arise, get ye up unto the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, saith the Lord, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone, and their camels shall be a booty, and the multitude of their cattle a spoil, and will scatter into all winds, that them that are in the utmost concerns now bring their calamity from all sides thereof, saith the Lord. And Hazar shall be a dwelling of dragons, and a desolation forever. There shall no man abide there, nor any son of man dwell in it. The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah the prophet against Elam in the beginning of the reign of Zedekiah, king of Judah, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Behold, I will break the bow of Elam, the chief of their mighty, and upon Elam will I bring the four winds from the four quarters of the heaven, and will scatter them together, all these winds, and there shall be no nation whither the outcast of Elam shall not come. For I will cause Elam to be dismayed before their enemies, and before them that seek their life, and I will bring evil upon them, even my fierce anger, saith the Lord, and I will send the sword after them, till I have consumed them. And I will set my throne in Elam, and will destroy from thence the king, and the princes that said the Lord. But it shall come to pass in the latter days, that I will bring again the captivity of Elam, saith the Lord. The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 50. The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. And set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both men and beast, in these days and that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, and they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord their God. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, Come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep, their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place, and all that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries said, We offended not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he that goats before the flocks. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be of mighty expert man. None shall return in vain, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage. Because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and below as bullocks, and your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Lord it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all their plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon. Round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance upon her as she hath done. Do unto her cut off the sower of the Babylon, sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall return, every one of them his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. Israel is a scattered sheep. The lions have driven him away, for the king of Assyria hath devoured him. And last, this Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon hath broken his bones. Therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria. And I'll bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon the mount Ephraim and Gilead. In those days and in the time, saith the Lord, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, and the sins of Judah and shall not be found. For I will pardon them whom I reserve. Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod. Waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. A sound of battle is in the land, and a great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is the Babylon become desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, and the Lord has opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border. Upon her storehouses cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Stay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, and the time of their visitation. The voice of them that feel the escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our God, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. Camp against it round about, lest none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her, for she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord God of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. And daughters, a drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of the grave images. and they are mad upon their idols. Therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island will dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it dwell in from the generation to generation. As God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coasts of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not shew mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array, like a man to the battle against thee. O daughter of Babylon, the king of Babylon hath heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as a woman in travail. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the habitation of the strong. But I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? And who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes, that he hath proposed the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flocks shall draw them out. Surely he shall take their habitation, desolate with them. At the noise of the taking of the Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. The Book of the Prophet Jeremiah, Chapter 51. Thus said the Lord, Behold, I will rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men. Destroy ye utterly all her host. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through the streets. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He shall render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nation have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let her go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord hath brought forth out righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God. Take bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes, for his devices against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes, for the Lord hath both devised and done which spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, Surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. He hath made the earth by his power, he hath established the word by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heaven by his understanding. When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapours to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Every man is brutish by his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image, for his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. Their vanity, the work of errors. In the time of their visitation they shall perish. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of the inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war. For with thee will I break in pieces and the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young men and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rules. And I will render Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, said the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroyest all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt-up mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt be desolate from forever, said the Lord. Set ye up a standard in the land below the trumpet among the nations. Prepare the nations against her. Call together against her the kingdom of Ararat, Mini, and Ashchenaz. Appoint a captain against her. Cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of the dominion. And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon as desolation without an inhabitant. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. Their might hath failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling place. Her bars are broken. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to shew the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and that the passages that are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of the harvest shall come. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, hath devoured me. He hath crushed me. He hath made me empty vessel. He hath swallowed me up like a dragon. He hath filled his belly with my declarations, with my delicates. He hath cast me out. The violence of done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon, shall the inhabitant of Zion say, and my blood upon his inhabitants of Chaldea. Shall Jerusalem say, therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will plead thy cause, and take vengeance for thee, and I will dry up her sea, and make her springs dry. And Babylon shall become heaps of a dwelling place for dragons, and astonishment, and a hissing without an inhabitant. They shall roar together like lions, they shall yell as lions, whelps in their heat, and I will make their feasts, and I will make them drunken, that they may rejoice and sleep perpetual sleep, and not wake, said the Lord. I will bring them down like lambs to the slaughter, like rams with the goats. How is Sheshach taken, and how is the price of the whole earth surprised? How has Babylon become an astonishment among the nations? The sea is come upon Babylon. She is covered with the multitude of the waves thereof. Her cities are a desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness, a land wherein no man dwelleth, neither doth any son of man passes by. And I will punish Bel in Babylon, and I will bring forth out of his mouth that which he hath swallowed up, and the nations shall not flow together any more unto him. The wall of the Babylon shall fail. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man and his soul from the fence anger in the Lord. Fence from the fierce anger of the Lord. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Therefore behold, the days come that I will be judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her skill shall fall into the midst of her. Then the heaven of the earth and all that is therein shall sing for Babylon, for the spoilers shall come unto her from the north, said the Lord. As Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth. Yet that have escaped the sword, go away. Stand not still, remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. We are confounded because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces for strangers, and come into the sanctuaries of the Lord's house. Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will do judgment upon her graven images, and through all her land the wounded shall groan. Through Babylon should mount up to heaven. Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord. A sound of a cry cometh from Babylon, and great destruction from the land of the Chaldeans, because the Lord hath spoiled Babylon, and destroyed out of her the great voice. When her waves do roar like great waters, a noise of their face is uttered. Because the spoiler is come upon her, even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken every one of their bows, and is broken. For the Lord God of recompenses shall surely requite that I will make drunk her princes and her wise men. and her captains, and her rulers, and her mighty men, and they shall sleep a perpetual sleep and not awake, said the king, which name is the Lord of hosts, whose name is the Lord of hosts. Thus that the Lord of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, and their high gates shall be burned with fire, and the people shall labor in vain, and the folk of the fire, and they shall be weary. The word which Jeremiah the prophet commanded Seraiah the son of Neriah the son of Maaseiah, when he went with Zedekiah the king of Judah into Babylon in the 4th year of his reign, and this Seraiah was a quiet prince. So Jeremiah wrote in a book all the evil that should come upon the Babylon, even all these wounds that are written against Babylon. And Jeremiah said to Seraiah, that when thou comest to Babylon and shalt see that and shalt read shalt read all these words, then shalt thou say, O Lord, thou hast spoken against this place, to cut off that none shall remain in neither the man nor beast, but that it shall be desolate forever. And it shall be when thou hast made an end of reading this book, that thou shalt bind a stone to it, and cast it into the midst of Euphrates. And thou shalt say, Thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her, and they shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 52. Zedekiah was one of the 20-year-old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. And he that did that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For though the anger of the Lord it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah till he had cast them out from his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. And it came to pass in the the 9th year of his reign, and in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon came, he and all his army, against Jerusalem, and pitched against it, and built forts against it round about. So the city was designed unto the 11th year of King Zedekiah. And in the 4th month, in the 9th day of the month, and the famine was sore in the city, so that there was no bread for the people of the land. Then the city was broken up, and all the men of war fled and went forth out of the city by night by the way of the gate between the 2 walls, which was by the king's garden. Now the Chaldeans were by the city round about, and they went by the way of the plain. But the army of the Chaldeans pursued after the king and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho, and all his army was scattered from him. Then they took the king and carried him onto the king of Babylon in Riblah, in the land of Hazmath, where he gave judgment upon him. And the king of Babylon slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes. He shall also all the princes of Judah in Riblah. He slew also all the princes of Judah in Riblah. Then he put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and the king of Babylon bound him in chains and carried him to Babylon, and put him in prison till the day of his death. Now in the 5th year In the 10th day of the month, which was the 19th year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, come Nebuzaradan, captain of the guard which served the king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem, and burned in the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and all the houses of great men burned he with fire. And all the army of the Chaldeans that were with the captain of the guard break down all the walls of Jerusalem round about. Then Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carried away captive certain of the poor of the people, and the residue of the people that remained in the city, and those that fell away, that fell into the king of Babylon, and the rest of the multitude. But Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, left a certain of the poor of the land for vine dressers and for husbandmen. Also the pillars of brass that were in the house of the Lord, and the house of the brazen sea that was in the house of the Lord, the Chaldeans brake, and carried off all the brass of them to Babylon, and the cauldrons also, and the shovels, and the snuffers, and the bowls, and the spoons, and all the vessels of brass, wherewith they ministered, took they away. And the basins, and the fire pans, and the bowls, and the cauldrons, and the candlesticks, and those spoons, and the cups, that which was of gold, and in gold, and that which was of silver in silver, took the captain and of the guard away. The 2 pillars, 1 sea, and 12 brazen bowls that were under the bases that which King Solomon had made in the house of the Lord, the brass of all those vessels was without weight. And concerning the pillars, the height of the 1 pillar was 18 cubits, and the fillet of the 12 cubits did compass it. And then thickness thereof was 4 fingers, it was hollow, and a chapter of brass was upon it, and the height of 1 chapter was 5 cubits, with network and pomegranates upon the chapters round about, all of brass. The 2nd pillar also and the pomegranates were like unto these, and there was 96 pomegranates on a side. And all the pomegranates upon the network were 100 round about. And the captain of the guard took Seraiah, the chief priest, and Zephaniah, the 2nd priest, and the 3 keepers of the door. He took also out of the city an eunuch, which had the charge of the men of war, and 7 men of them that were near the king's person, which were found in the city, and the principal scribe of the west of the host, who mustered the people of the land, and 60 men of the people of the land that were found in the midst of the day. So Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, took them and brought them to the king of Babylon to Riblah. And the king of Babylon smote them, and put them to death in Riblah, in the land of Hamath. Thus Judah was carried away captive out of his own land. Thus is the people whom Nebuchadnezzar carried away captive in the 7th year, 3,000 Jews and 23. In the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar, he carried away captive from Jerusalem 834 and 2 prisoners. In the 23rd year of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, carried Captive of the Jews, 745 persons. All the persons were 4,600 years. Where was I? I'll start with verse 31. And it came to pass in the 7th and 30th year of the captivity of Jehoiachin, king of Judah, and in the 12th month of the 25th day of the month, that evil Merodach, king of Babylon, in the first year of his reign, lifted up the head of Jehoiachin, king of Judah, and brought him forth out of the prison, and spake kindly unto him, and set his throne above the throne of the kings that were with him in Babylon, and changed his prison garments, and he did continually eat bread before him all the days of his life. And for his diet there was a continual diet given to him of the king of Babylon, every day a portion until the day of his death, all the days of his life. I think I might have read that. I'll see in post. Honestly, this took an hour to read. So I'm going to... I am very, my brain is falling asleep. I might actually just leave the 5 chapters of Lamentations for tomorrow. Maybe, read a little bit while I'm up here, because I don't like the way it sounds through this microphone. So maybe read a little bit while I'm up here. And then when I'm back up north, I'll catch up. Some water should wake me up. At least to finish these dailies. Okay, let me switch to Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, the sound is very... it's not... it's passable. You can understand what I'm saying. But it's... it's very... bad audio. Okay, Final Fantasy 14. Because I want to just finish this off. Then go to sleep early. And then I'll continue tomorrow morning. Here, turn up the audio. Ooh, this audio's way behind. Okay. Ooh, I gotta reset these crops. What? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Eight. I'm not gonna be doing the treasures. I'm just gonna be picking them up, as usual, when I'm up north. Honestly, playing on this laptop is so frustrating. Oh, it feels so infuriating. Because everything's so slow. To me, it feels like. Where's the mouse? Come on. My audio's all like... My audio's way far behind now. And my actual microphone sucks. Everything's bad. And I just want to be done with it right now. The audio's so far behind. Go find a boar skin. What's the housing at? No, it's results period. Where was I at? The goblet, 2843. It's not better. It's actually worse. What happened? It's probably because the actual HDMI connection sucks. Come on. It's not what I'm pressing. Where's my mouse? On. Work. Also, I should stop keeping my legs over there. Because sometimes I disconnect my Ethernet cable. What is going on? Where's my mouse? Nope. Mouse still doesn't work. Here's the boar skin. Come on, please. Work already. Nothing's working. Oh. Free company houseplants. Actions. You know what? I'm gonna do the actions tomorrow. Ventures. Treasure. Cactipot. And I'm gonna skip island. And I can skip squad. So I'll just do Cactipot and I'll go back. Nope, I can't do that. Doesn't matter. None of this matters. I don't care anymore. Just let me be done for today. Let's teleport back. Still got Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. Microphones, I mean not. Well, both microphone and camera suck. Okay, leave myself here. Exit game. This is still not working. Why is my Microsoft Edge working? Why are you even on? Logitech updater. Okay, there we go. Okay, second game I'm going to Honkai Star Rail. Tomorrow is the update. Oh, so I'll focus on that tomorrow evening. very late on it. Because I didn't stream this morning. So today's the reset day. I really don't feel like doing anything extra. I could do some of this. Of course not. Okay. Stop wasting the time. And just jump into something. Wait, I don't have the train thing anymore. I guess I'll just do Calyxes. Or not Calyxes. Caverns of Corrosion. Oh yeah, let's put Topaz in for the chance of getting that achievement.
天使を授けん。亡者再臨。
行ってカブ。ほう。すべてを照らさん。月光を剣とす。次蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。はっはっ。支障ない。
厄介を避けん。
次蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。
亡者再臨。天使を授けん。
すべてを照らさん。月光を剣とす。はっいいやっ。応じないで。
厄介を避けん。亡者再臨。
生産しましょう。はっはっ。次支障ない。行ってカブ。あ、長期間見据えるのが成功の秘訣。ほっ。
Again.
すべてを照らさん。はっはっ。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。
天使を授けん。亡者再臨。
生産しましょう。と月光を剣とす。はっいいやっ。
大丈夫、問題はない。厄介を避けん。亡者再臨。
すべてを照らさん。次
天使を授けん。
蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。
大丈夫、問題はない。厄介を避けん。償いたまえ。亡者再臨。
支障ない。行ってカブ。ほっはっはっ。次と月光を剣とす。すべてを照らさん。いやっ。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。
亡者再臨。
ほうはっいやっ。と月光を剣とす。はっはっ。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。
使を授けん。償いたまえ。
すべてを照らさん。動じないで。
厄介を避けん。亡者再臨。
行ってカブ。次。支障ない。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。生産しましょう。ほう。いやっはっ。
亡者再臨。
月光を剣とす。
More?
すべてを照らさん。
天使を授けん。
月光を剣とす。次。
大丈夫、問題はない。厄介を避けん。償いたまえ。
すべてを照らさん。いやっ。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。
亡者再臨。
行ってカブ。月光を剣とす。次。
天使を授けん。
生産しましょう。あ、長期間見据えるのが成功の秘訣。
亡者再臨。
すべてを照らさん。月光を剣とす。次。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。行ってカブ。
厄介を避けん。償いたまえ。亡者再臨。
いやっ。支障ない。
天使を授けん。
生産しましょう。すべてを照らさん。月光を剣とす。
大丈夫、問題はない。厄介を避けん。償いたまえ。亡者再臨。
次。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。支障ない。
天使を授けん。
行ってカブ。ほう。次。蝶と共に散れ。スターレイファントム。月光を剣とす。
亡者再臨。
蝶と共に散れ、スターレイファントム。生産しましょう。
厄介を避けん。亡者再臨。天使を授けん。
すべてを照らさん。月光を剣とす。次、自信行ってカブ。いや、蝶と共に散れ、スターレイファントム。
亡者再臨。
生産しましょう。次、
厄介を避けん。償いたまえ。
すべてを照らさん。いや、蝶と共に散れ、スターレイファントム。
亡者再臨。
行ってカブ。あ、長期間見据えるのが成功の秘訣。月光を剣とす。
大丈夫、問題はない。天使を授けん。
次、
One more? Specifically withdraw? No! Of course I would. It would be filled. No, this is supposed to be relics. Oh wait, no, I can salvage. Forgot about that. Wait, do one more of these.
共に散れスターレイファントム。
厄介を避けん。亡者再臨。
次はっと月光を剣とす。すべてを照らさん。いや蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。
天使を授けん。
次
大丈夫、問題はない。厄介を避けん。亡者再臨。
すべてを照らさん。はっ行ってカブ。はっはっ
天使を授けん。亡者再臨。
あ長期見据えるのが成功の秘訣。いや蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。
Okay. All that is done. Let's do daily mission.
<sighs> 人の声があるところは想像し。
ひらめき。寄ってらっしゃい、見てらっしゃい。
Yeah, it's one of these quizzes. The Bellaweg Academy has discovered a new invasive species of algae. That's 29 days. Okay. That's all complete. Let's go to Pom Pom. Hmm.
ついさっき映画の空をとそれでもしくとにかく
Know the characters? Whatever, I know. I know I've already spoken to all the hook stuff. Okay. That's it. Let's move on to Genshin Impact. Oh, that appeared. I'll just finish off the dailies here, and that should be good to go. Downloading resources. It's gonna do file integrity. I guess I gotta do it now rather than tomorrow. course, it's verifying file integrity. Okay. Still doing file integrity. Yeah, finally. What was that, like 10 minutes? Come on. Sometimes I'm like waiting 2 minutes just at the loading screen. There we go. Okay. What do I need to do? I guess I gotta do some boss fights. I could do with some boss fights. Why does this always take so long? Okay, let's go do boss fights.
岩山八九。
岩王帝君のために。はっへいはじけろ。やっ
裁きの雷やっ
天道ここにある。
相関化粧。
稲光すなわち永遠なり。
難攻不落。
部外者禁止。よいしょ。へい
せふん隙あり。
やっ
剣女盤石。いや
はっへいボンボン。
天理チョーク。
相関化粧。やっへいはっやっよいしょ。
Mm, let's do this boss fight as well. Also, I've calculated that all the characters that I need to finish up my roster are soon coming out. So I can finish up my roster by like version 4.4.
岩山八九。
はじけろ。
無我の境地
おさわり禁止。ついてきっ
剣女盤石。
相関化粧。やいやボンボン爆弾。
逃げ道はありません。
天道万象。
裁きの雷
おさわり禁止。はっほいやいはじけろ。やっほうへい
隙あり。
相関化粧。やっ
稲光すなわち永遠なり。逃げ道はあり。
霹靂先陣せ。
Come on. What can I waste it on? It's already almost 10 o'clock. There we go. One more boss fight, but I guess first I'll do commissions. Just let me be done with this because my camera is falling over. Everything is not working. This is a horrible setup. Next. Yep. 2 more commissions. And one more. Boss fight. And I'll be done for today. I'll be back tomorrow morning with repeating all these 3 games. Now, because I've sort of messed up my schedule, it will make tomorrow's thing easier, I guess. But it also messes it up.
おさわり禁止。ほい、へい。
Oh, come on.
裁きの雷。
部外者禁止。やっへい。やっ。
甘い。
ボンボン爆弾。
難攻不落。
相関化粧。
見切りました。稲光、すなわち永遠なり。
星とし無事今日の依頼。星とし
Okay, I just leave it off there. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow evening, Honkai Star Rail update should come out. Let's see what happens. Bye. I don't like streaming on this setup, so I don't want to stream for too long. Maybe even like Wednesday I won't stream. In the evening. We'll see what happens. Bye, see you tomorrow.